PBA Hall of Fame induction ceremonies were held for PBA stars Doug Kent and Danny Wiseman, hosted by Bo Burton. Kent and Wiseman, both 45 years old, both among PBA's 50 greatest players. It was quite an entertaining evening last night as both players gave very touching speeches. And right now, Kimberly Presser's with our brand new Hall of Famers.
Well, I am with the two Hall of Famers that were inducted last night, Danny Wiseman and Doug Kent. Congratulations. So, Danny, when you first started off, did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you would be a Hall of Famer?
No, we don't go there, you know, when you're working hard and you just don't expect it. You just do your, routine daily in and out, work hard, practice. And, it just takes a lot of, it's been a long journey, let's just say that. And, here we are now, very honored, very proud to be included with the legends of our sport. And it means so much to me.
Congratulations to you. Now, Doug, what did last night, being inducted to the Hall of Fame, mean to you?
Well, Kimberly, it meant everything. 20 years of hard work and sacrifice to get repaid, and the ultimate repayment, was tremendous. It was the greatest night of my life.
Well, congratulations to you both.
And from a couple of heavy hitters to another, joining us once again, Nelson Burton Jr., Hall of Famer. Now, Bo, you were fortunate enough to call the action on the PBA Tour for ABC television for 23 years. Back in 1987, you called Weber's first TOC win. He's back some 26 years later to try to win another TOC. What do you attribute to Pete's longevity?
Well, Randy, I've known Pete since the embryonic stage. I've watched him as a young player. I've watched him mature on the tour. I've watched him bowl in this bowling center. He's bowled 6 professional bowling tournaments in this center. He has 5 wins and a second. But today is the most important day for Pete Weber in his total career. If he wins today, Randy, I have to put his name in that hat with just a few other guys as being the greatest player of all time if he can win today.
Greatest of all time?
Just a couple other names in that hat, but I have to throw his name in if he wins.
Well, I'm not going to argue with Nelson Burton Jr. Now, Bo, I know that you're still actively involved in the sport of bowling. Tell us what you're doing in your hometown of Stuart, Florida.
Randy, I still bowl a lot. I bowl in a league with my 2 sons, Tripper and Brett. I bowl in a Wednesday league, which I'll invite you to bowl with. We have some ex-pros in there. We have Paul Kaler, who finished second in the U.S. Open. Jim Long, a great senior player. Dennis Serapis, a great player. But my real love is our junior program. A fellow named Tom Burrell put together one of the greatest junior programs in the country, and we mirror it after the PBA Tour. We put the PBA shot out for the week, like the tournament champion shot. That will be the shot this week. We have a sudden death roll-off every Saturday, just like your stepladder. And with that, we ended up with a lot of scholarships for college. The boys team won the high school championship. The girls won from Martin County, won the girls championship. And Randy, I have a young girl named Shelly Goodwin back there, who's 16 years old, that in a couple of years she's going to make some college coach look like a genius.
Bo, thank you so much for your time. It's always an honor to work side by side with one of the legends of our sport. Thanks very much for everything.
Thanks, Randy. You do a great job, pal.
A must-see match coming up next. Jason Belmonte continuing his quest for back-to-back majors. He faces Sean Rash. And don't forget, waiting in the wings, Pete Weber looking to take down major number 10. At the Tournament of Champions in 1995, Big Bob Spalding had a great chance to take the title against Mike Albee, but 2 open frames from Spalding opened the door for Albee. And Albee needed a double and 4 pins to win it, and he indeed got the double and 8 pins to earn his 23rd title.
Mike Albee, a great shot maker, took advantage of the pocket 7-10 splits by Bob Spalding. It was nice seeing Albee playing way in and kind of feeding it left.
Mike Albee in the house, one of the best in the game, Grand Slam winner.
One of the classiest in the game ever.
Great to see him and many of the past champions here. So everything going to form so far. Oscar Palermo, number 5, loses to number 4, Tommy Jones, who in turn loses to number 3, Sean Rash. And now the matchup everyone was waiting to see, Belmo and Rash. Rash will be the one starting out, the winner of this match, to take on 50-year-old Pete Weber for this major championship. And You know, we talk about the rivalry between these guys, and you can feel a little something extra in the air here, Randy.
I'm going to wait to comment until after Sean throws the shot.
Opening from the left lane. Oh, boy.
There is no love loss between Sean Rash and Jason Belmonte. Started a couple of years ago. I know some people tried to put out that fire, but they're not fond of one another. And you know what? That's okay to have that in sports. Rivalries are always good.
It gets them both fired up. It gets the crowd fired up. Opening spare nonetheless.
The number 2 player is the 2013 USBC Masters champion with 6 career PBA Tour titles from Orange, New South Wales, Australia, Belmo, Jason Belmonte.
5th year on tour, so it seems like he's out here under the TV lights every week. Jason Belmonte.
Well, he's making his 6th out of the last 7th major telecast.
Jason opens up with a big strike, and he told us yesterday, yes, indeed, the rivalry between himself and Rash is still very much alive.
I can promise you that I have attempted to the extreme to build a relationship there. Unfortunately, it's not a two-way street. You know, he has his own reasons why. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to look at him like I look at every other opponent that I have, and they're invisible to me. You know, I can't allow the personal relationship to affect my game because ultimately I don't care.
Belmo looking comfortable opening with a double. And these two fought tooth and nail for Player of the Year last year. Sean Rash edging out Belmo. See Rash from that first match in one frame here.
We talked the top of the show about this oil pattern holding up, and with basically 2 more games to go, the players are already sliding in the left gutter cap and lofting it. And the reason why they loft it is because if they set it down early, it would go in the left gutter.
So Rash with a tick of the jaw, 2 spares to 2 strikes for Belmo.
Let's take a look at the oil pattern here. The players started right around between the 2nd and 3rd arrow, but as the lanes broke down, the players got way in. And now all of a sudden what we're seeing is the players lofting the left gutter, feeding it out to that track area and back. 39 feet, light volume. And with the loft comes a lot of noise. That bowling ball hitting that synthetic lane. Sean Rash liked that last shot. That ball faced up perfectly on the left lane. But the only way to control the down lane reaction when you have rev rates as high as these players have is by getting the ball in the air. Check this out. Watch Belmo. This one will have some air time.
Belmo opens up for the 3-bagger, and he came out on the approach with a smirk on his face, Randy. Not exactly sure what that was about, but he's looking quite comfortable with a major championship already under his belt.
Well, I think what it's about is the fact that he will take great pride in beating Sean Rash if it goes down that way. But there you see the big loft controlling that ball. He is sending it and bringing it back. That last shot went out for a burger and fries and came back with steak and baked potato.
And you see the dance he had to do around the ball return on that right lane. He can start left here on the left lane. Boy, he is in the groove early. Belmo with a 4-bagger to open up this semifinal.
That smirk is a smirk of confidence, and I am going to give my opponent the biggest beatdown ever.
Rash working on a strike. He said, look out. That went to the half board, Randy.
Errant shot, trying to get some loft and some air time to delay that hook, and it's wide right. And there's no chance of that ball hooking back. So he gets out into that OB area right of the second arrow, and no chance of it hooking back.
1, 2, 4.
The lanes are officially on fire right now.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. And just what we were expecting. And now, what is the adjustment process?
And for those of you at home just tuning in, not understanding what it means for the lanes to be on fire, that means they're getting really dry.
See, it was Belmo losing to Rash in match play. Means nothing now. That looked a bit high coming in.
It was. When it comes to lofting the gutter for right-handers, Sean Rash is good at it, but I just don't see how anybody in professional bowling can keep up with the two-handers when it comes to lofting the gutter. For two reasons. One, the rev rate is so extremely high, and two, they throw it with such great velocity, they have no problem getting the ball down the lane. But when their ball turns the corner and hits the pocket, it's hitting with such violent force. Their pin carry is amazing.
But anything going faster has a smaller margin for error as well. Doesn't it? I mean, with a car, you think you over I mean, no? I mean, you've got to put it in the right spot. Do you have a smaller target? 5 in a row for Belmo.
He's got a bigger target.
All right.
Because of the oil pattern, because of the amount of friction that's out there, his speed and rev rate actually creates more room down the lane for him.
Belmo up by 42. Here's what he's playing with.
Throwing a pretty weak ball, the wrecker.
Look at the smirk still there. And why not?
He's so confident right now that the television experience coming off of his last major victory, looking to go back-to-back major victories in his career for the first time.
That one didn't work. So Belmo with the front 5, now looking to clean up on the left lane.
Well, this shot here,
advantage.
Excuse me, Lon, this one here looks like he stood up just a little early on and got it left to target. Did you see that spare ball? It's like a little mini-me inside the ball. Pretty cool.
In this battle of two of the best in the game, it is so far being won by Jason Belmonte, looking for the right to bowl for another major championship against Pete Weber.